Welcome to Holmes Yoga. I hope you're feeling good. In this video, we're going to progress and build upon postpartum rehab for diastases recti. These are also really good for the pelvic floor. So in the first video, we checked for the abdominal wall separation for the diastasis. In the second video, we learned how to engage the inner thighs, the pelvic floor, and the abdominal wall, and do that with the breath as the powerhouse for those movements. Once you feel like you've got good connection, good body to brain connection, good awareness of those three separate engagements and also how to do them together, then you can move on to this simple exercise. Heel slide. So you'll notice I don't have my mat, so if you are on hardwood floor, that's great. You can also put socks on. If you have carpet, you can put a trash bag down and have socks on. That's really effective too. I have enough slide on my carpet tile, so I'll just be doing it right here on the ground. So find neutral pelvis. So pelvic stability is going to be really important for effectively rehabbing the muscles. So if you imagine these two hip bones right here, like headlights on a car, they're pointing straight ahead. For some of us, in pregnancy, the hip flexor muscle, the iliopsoas, can get super tight and short. So sometimes we're kind of stuck here in this anterior pelvic tilt. Some of us overcompensate by pushing your back into the floor. So in this orientation, headlights are going to be shining towards the knees. In this orientation, your headlights are going to be shining towards your face, right? So find neutral, a little bit of curve through the back. Your hip bones, your headlights are shining straight up to the sky. So it's always going to be breath, connection to the muscles, and then movement last. So nice breath in. As you exhale, just ground through your heels, lift the pelvic floor, narrow through the waistline without letting your pelvis wiggle a whole lot. You're going to slide your right heel out. Just nice breath in there, and I feel like a nice gentle stretch through here. And then as you exhale again, press into your left heel. Maybe you'll get a little connection to the glutes. Keep this all super stable as you drag your right heel back. And then left side, exhale, slide the heel. So it's perfectly all right. It's good to press into your opposite foot a little bit for some added stability. Draw your thigh into the floor, do a nice little reach through the leg, and then exhale, drag your heel back. Maintain that integrity through the abdominal wall, ribs drawing in, neutral pelvis. And you'll do that a few times, moving with your breath. Now here, when I press into the opposite foot, my left foot here, I feel a little bit of connection to the glutes, and that's great. And we'll do more with the glutes later. So I know this looks, it's not the most exciting work, but it's very good for reconnecting body to brain, right? Sometimes we lose some of that connection in pregnancy. We just kind of get stuck in this belly out, legs turned out position. And then we're so caught up caring for another human being that we forget about our own posture. And so we'll just do one more heel slide like this. And so I would recommend sticking with that until you feel like you've got really good pelvic stability and good awareness and connection to the muscles. And then from there, we're going to do some marches, some heel lifts, right? So same thing, neutral pelvis. Press into your left heel to get some connection to the glutes. Now as you exhale, lift your right knee to tabletop. So you'll notice I'm not trying to kick my legs straight. The movement is coming from the hip, and I'm using my core to stabilize so that my pelvis isn't wiggling about. And then lower that heel down, ground through the right heel, connect to the right glutes, and then exhale, lift your left knee to tabletop. So we're looking for knee over the hip here. And then lowering that down. And you'll do that a few times to each side. Okay, now for the big finish, if you feel no pulling through the center of the abdomen, draw the ribs back towards the floor. So it's not smashing your low back into the floor, it's drawing the ribs back. You can use your hands to help knit your ribs in. Bring both legs up to tabletop. And if this feels like too much for you, extend your feet towards the sky a little bit and bring your legs a little bit closer to your body. Just find the position of the legs that allows you to be here and sustain this. You don't want a ton of gripping through the hip flexors or any pulling through the abdomen or arching in the back, right? Just a few breaths here. And as you inhale, just ever so slightly, you can move your feet away from you. And as you exhale, you can draw them back in. All right, so a few more of those. Using your hands to help, especially on the exhale, pull everything back into center. One more. And then lowering down one at a time. And extend both legs out. Ribs back, thighs back, little stretch. And release. Bend your knees, roll onto your side. Make your way up to sit. So you can do several reps of that. Maybe start with 5 to 8 to 10 to 12, and then you can work your way up to 3 sets of 12 until you're feeling really strong and stable in those. And then in the next video, we'll amp it up a little bit more. So we're building ourselves back up in stages in a gradual progression. Great, I hope that was helpful. See you in the next video.